Hey guys, so I want to share with you this the Donna Williams approach on autism. It's called the fruit salad approach, and I thought it was really cool, really cool approach when looking at autism, because autism is very broad, and there's a lot of societal views that when we see something different, oh, that child just has autism, that's just the way that they are. Whereas if we take a little bit more time and look behind all the other barriers or all the other elements to a child's personality or their environment, we can see that there's actually all these underlying factors that are playing a part in the child's behavior. So yeah, the Donna Williams approach on autism. If you want to have, this is a very brief presentation, but if you want to look at it more in depth, you can go on YouTube, and this is on there. Yeah, it's quite interesting. So the fruit salad approach, let me just move that there. So Donna Williams discusses a fruit salad model that is a 3D model which describes autism as being a fruit salad. In the fruit salad model, you have a bowl of fruit, which represents the diverse information processing disorders of various kinds. Each type of fruit will need its own approaches. If you use the wrong approach, society generally just says, oh, that child's low functioning or high functioning or has extreme autism or what, all these sorts of things. But if we change some of the approaches, which happens in this fruit salad approach, instead of labeling the child, you're more likely to see success in the child's learning. So let's have a look here. So you have a bowl of fruit, which is the fruit salad, which is the autism. Then there's a range of fruits, so apples, bananas, pears, and these are all the different types of processing disorders. And then each little piece of fruit has its own approaches. If the approach isn't working, then people say they're low functioning, but that's not necessarily the case. Among these information processing disorders that this child might have in autism, they can also have things like they might be meaning deaf or can't read body language or face blind or have selective mutism or verbal dyspraxia. So there's lots of elements that come into play here. So this is my little diagram that I made. So you've got autism, and you've got the bowl of fruit, which is the autism. And then you've got all the little fruits here. So strawberries, which is a child having difficulty having reciprocal conversations, blueberries, hyper behavior, grapes, difficulty transitioning, apples, sensory perceptual disorders. And then you've got each one of these fruits having its own approach. On top of that, on top of all of that, you also have the different elements that play a big part in each individual processing disorder, which is environment, personality, mental health, and identity. So personality, we all have a range of personalities, and we react depending on what is happening in our lives at the time. If we are under significant stress due to a range of the fruit salad, our personality trait can get mixed up as a personality disorder. And because that person has autism, that can be labeled as it's because that kid has autism. When in fact, they are reacting very typically to how they're feeling at the time, just as anyone would, based on that barrier as such. So whatever that could be in their personality. Each child has a different personality. We all have different personalities. So that can become a barrier in the information processing disorder. The next is identity. So this also has a really big impact on a person with autism. Does a child see themselves as a baby? Do they see themselves as a big kid? Do they see themselves as being confident? Or do they see themselves as needing a lot of help? And as they get a little bit older and they're starting to understand a bit more, are they beginning to see themselves as a project? So how does their sense of identity impact their day-to-day interactions with others and the world? Mental and emotional health is another one that has a very big impact. You know, are we addressing any of the individual issues, or are we just saying that kid has autism? Does a person have anxiety, compulsive disorders, dissociative disorders? Are they displaying a lot of involuntary behaviors? Are we addressing the child's mental well-being so the child is better able to process their sensory information? Lastly, what is going on in the environment? Siding with their autism. Is the environment siding with their autism? Is it appropriately challenging the child? Does the environment have a one-size-fits-all that isn't really working with the needs or their ability to cope? Is their environment reflecting their fruit salad? And to conclude, so all these factors play a significant part in everyone's life. Mental and emotional well-being, environmental factors, and personality traits all influence our lives and how we act towards others. Therefore, we need to make sure that we're considering these factors in a child's fruit salad so that we're better able to support them with the appropriate approaches. Cool, that's it, guys. Yeah, if you want to look into it a little bit more, sorry, my dogs are barking, just YouTube it, and there's a whole reading about it and a YouTube video there too for you guys to have a look. Cool, thank you.